Hey, what's up, guys? It's Justin. I want y'all to see something. See the grass? It's green, right? Look at the trees. Changing color, right? I wonder who does that. Man? No. Nature? No. You think we just sprung up? All of a sudden there was nothing, then there was something? The Big Bang Theory is just a theory. Because how can anything come from nothing? Makes no sense. Makes no logical sense. Gravity. It's a theory. Never been proven. Outer space. Why is it that every time we see pictures of planets and stuff in outer space, there's no stars? But fuck, you look up at nighttime, you see stars. Why is it that if the earth is round and the sun is like millions of miles away and the moon's like millions of miles away, why is it when they go down they get bigger, not smaller? Because if it's millions of miles away and they're going down away from us, that means they'd be getting smaller, not bigger. Why is it that the stuff that I was taught in school, grade school, middle school, and high school, kids of today is not being taught the same thing? I was taught the Civil War was fought not over slavery, but over independence. The South wanted a free market. They wanted free trade. They didn't want to have to pay taxes and tariffs on bullshit. But now they teach that it was all about race. It was all about freeing the blacks. When if you get on the internet and you do enough digging, you can find letters and statements that Abraham Lincoln wrote that if he could save America and not free the slaves and end the war, that's what he would do. He wouldn't free the slaves. Do you understand that the first people to have slaves in America was Democrats? The Democrats started it all. And the South used to be the Republicans. But now they're all the same. They want to lie. They want to kill us. They want to murder us. They want to do shit and blame us for it. They want to take our freedom away, which they already have. And technically, slavery was never abolished. It just transformed. They transformed slavery from owning people and making them do your work to the government owns us all and we have to do what they say. And if we don't, we go to jail. We have to pay our taxes so they can get richer and supposedly fix our roads. But has anybody been to West Virginia? Like, they don't fix the roads, they patch them. Then when they do fix the roads, they have to come back next year and fix them again because they half-ass them. Do you really think the money of every state is being spent on the state? If you do, that shows you how retarded you are. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's time for people to actually start understanding things. Whatever happened to common sense? Whatever happened to logic, reasoning? Look, half the shit they talk about on the news, is it relevant? Does it make any sense? They talk to us like we're children. Like we don't know no better. And the government thinks, hell, half the government ain't never had no damn kids, but yet they think they can come into somebody's house and tell them you're raising your kids wrong. Well, how would they know? They've never raised a kid. None of this shit makes any sense. Well, let's get to the COVID thing. COVID's supposed to be this new disease, flu, what the fuck ever you want to call it, bullshit. But yet they have not separated it. They have not identified it. So how can they be testing for it? Multiple people I know that are nurses and doctors have said the only thing they're testing for is antibodies. So if it's antibodies, if you've had the flu or any type of, real bad sickness like that in the last 6 months to a year, oh, you're going to be positive. Then you got the vaccine coming. What's the vaccine really for? If they haven't isolated it, they haven't identified it, how can they make a vaccine? How can they test something against something if they've never isolated or identified it? Food for thought, people. Don't be stupid. Don't be naive. Don't think you're the smartest person in the room when you're actually the dumbest one. Like, they all lie. CNN, MSNBC, the White House, the government, Fox, all of them. Has anybody ever heard of the Munce Act? Look it up. Obama abolished it. That protected us from propaganda on the news, and now everything is propaganda. Israel got together with Bush and everybody and took down the trade towers, but they wanted everybody to believe it was Osama bin Laden. If it was him and he hated America so much like he claimed, why would he deny it right off the bat? Everybody knew he hated us, but yet when you dig, you find out that he lived here in America, that he was trained by the CIA, same as Hitler. It's all kind of funny. It's funny because people are naive. People are stupid. You think just because you have an education it makes you smart. No. Believing a false narrative and going along with it just so you can fit in with everybody and just so you can have friends and money and all this other bullshit, man-made bullshit, which is bullshit. You stop and look at the Christians. I'm not judging people. I'm just telling the facts. Look at Christians. Damn near every church is government funded, so they're being told what to say and what to do. They push John the Baptist and Paul's version of Christ and not what Christ did himself. Name me one time in the Bible or anything that stated Christ went to church and preached in a church to people. No, he didn't. He was out in the open with nature, what God created. And you got the Zionists that don't believe, the ones that put Jesus on the cross and killed him. Them are Jews that are in Israel. They don't believe the Messiah has came. Don't get me wrong. Most of them are Zionists, and they believe that Jesus Christ was a heretic and he should be burned at the stake. But there's a lot of them that don't. Them's the ones I pray for. I pray for the ones that are stuck in the middle of all this shit, and they don't see a bright light. They don't see nothing. I've lost everything because of what I believe. And it's not about what I believe, it's just the truth. But look at nature. Nature don't lie. The government does control a little bit of it. They can control when it's going to rain, when it doesn't. They can set wildfires like they have been doing. But that's all fact. Y'all get off your asses and start doing your own digging, your own research. Quit believing every damn thing you're told. Like, why do you think this stuff was invented? Like Facebook, Twitter, PlayStation, movies, TV. It's all a brainwashing kit. It's all to keep us distracted from what's really going on. And if you all want to believe this stuff, then so be it. But don't punish us that know the truth. Don't look at us and say that we're crazy and make fun of us. Because the only asshole in that is you that's doing that to the other people. Everybody has a right to their own opinion, yes. But you don't have the right to sit there and tell somebody they're stupid and crazy if the only thing they're doing is speaking their opinion. It's just like, you can't tell jokes no more because everything's racist unless you're telling jokes about white people. Because the white male is a racist. Just because you've all labeled Donald Trump as a racist, now every white person's a racist. Well, don't get me wrong, I don't agree. I don't agree with government. I don't support none of them. Never have, never will. I did somewhat in a little bit because I did believe at first when Donald Trump first became president he was trying to do something. But then I wised up and I started doing some more reading, some more digging. Israel's bailed him out twice. He's been a billionaire twice in his lifetime. He's pushing drugs that's not even been, fully tested. We used to take years on testing, legit testing and stuff. And now he's rushing it, pushing it through months. And people are going to start dying because of it. And Washington, D.C. is not even part of America. It's its own district of Columbia. It's not even under American law. Why do you think Hillary Clinton, Obama, all the sons of bitches that's murdered, raped, eaten children, killed our own troops, destroyed America. Ain't a damn one of them in jail. Not a damn one of them will ever go to jail. They all work for the same person. Like, believe me or not, they all work for Lucifer. Everything I'm saying you can look up. It might take you a little bit, dig for it like it did me, but it's there. Because the devil can't tell you the lie without telling you the truth too. Because that's the whole part of free will. It's up to us to believe the lie or the truth. People are materialists. You need to let go of this world. You need to rise up. You need to stand up for what's right. Because the biggest thing in this world you will be judged for, in the end, is what you say and what you think. Because even an unspoken lie is still a lie. Even speaking the truth, but to yourself, but not to everybody else. Because you don't want to risk your job. You don't want to risk losing your friends, or losing your family, or your loved ones. There's no excuse. There's no excuse to do the right thing. Nobody has an excuse, a good enough excuse anyway, not to do the right thing. People don't want to do the right thing because they're always scared of losing something and never gaining something. And which that shows you how blind people are to the true gospel. Who gives a shit what people think? Who gives a shit what people think about you? Who gives a shit? None of them pay your bills. None of them's going to keep you from going to, prison or jail. And ain't none of them going to save your immortal soul. Like, if you all can't wake up, that's fine. But don't judge and get on us and raise us up in persecution, those of us that know the truth and that speaks the truth. Because it just goes to show who's the biggest asshole is you, not us. Shows who's the devil and who's not. You are the devil. Not people like me that wants to know the truth, that learns the truth, that is not brainwashed into believing everything they're told. That doesn't let the TV, the radio, the games, the way society is control us because we don't want to lose everything. Because people like me already understand we've done lost everything. Only thing we got left to lose is our immortal soul, and we don't want to lose that. We want to get somewhere where the next life is going to be better than this one. Wake up or die. There's only two choices you got, people. I choose to live. So I choose not to believe everything I'm told. I take everything with a grain of salt and I go look for myself. Because how stupid would I be to actually sit there and be like, oh, somebody tells me the sky is falling. Okay, the sky is falling. I believe it. Now I'll run and tell everybody the world's ending because the sky is falling. And who's going to look like a dumbass because the sky ain't falling? Me. For believing it. Sometimes it's too late to say sorry. Sometimes sorry ain't good enough. But there will come a time when it's too late to speak the truth. It's too late to change. Y'all better wake up. Everything I'm telling you is right there for you all to find it. I'm not going to be like everybody else on YouTube and show you things and tell you where to look for it. No. That's like trying to ask somebody, where's God at? Where can I find God so I can find peace? No, you have to find that on your own. I'm giving you the breadcrumbs. You pick them up. You go find. Believe me or not. Don't believe me? That's fine. But don't sit there and say I'm a liar until you actually go look for yourself. Because even the CDC said that they jumped the gun, that COVID's not being spread through the air. So what's the point of wearing a mask? What's the point of all of it? Hasn't been identified. Hasn't been separated so they can do testing on it, so they can create a vaccine that will kill it. So right there, all this stuff together just shows me it's fake. Because clearly somebody can die in a car wreck because their head got cut off, but yet COVID is on their death certificate. Why is people starting to sue hospitals and the government for that stuff? If this stuff's so real, why they got to falsify documents? Why they got to falsify the numbers of death? When from the ages of newborn to elderly is in the 90% of surviving. Makes no sense to me. It's not a pandemic, people. It's a plandemic. People want to say it's a fear tactic. No, it's not a fear tactic. It's a test. They'll see how far they can push the American people before the American people start pushing back. They're ushering in the one world government. It's time to wake up, people. If you don't, that's on you. Don't drag me down or anybody else like me down because y'all want to be stupid. But that's food for thought today. That's my opinions on what's going on in the world today. If y'all want to, subscribe. If you don't want to, fine. But listen to what I'm saying. If you don't believe me, don't call me a liar. Go find out for yourself if I'm telling the truth or not. Because Christ gave us the way. We just got to have to figure out how to get there. He told us. He didn't give it to us. Like, here you go. If you want to go to heaven, here you go. Here's your ticket. No, he didn't give us the answers. He gave us the breadcrumbs to find faith, to find forgiveness, to find the mercy seat. Love to all my brothers and sisters out there. And those of you that are awake, that are listening to this, peace be with you and safety. Watch y'all's backs, because in the end, your friends, your neighbors, and your family, your loved ones will raise you up in persecution and have you put to death in front of kings and rulers. Not because of you, because of Christ. We will suffer the way he suffered. The only true way to know Christ is to bear your own cross like he did. And do as he did. And walk in the best of your ability as he did. Be blessed. And may the Father have mercy on all of us. Because Christ is the only way. Be blessed, everybody. Loved all.